Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in today. We are going to pull all of our cords, our energy cords, back to us. That's right. But guess what? They're going to be skanky because your cords, let's just face it, your cords are skanky because they're with people that you're no longer friends with, or people that you're no longer in a relationship with or in a marriage with. Could be family members of that ex, could be family members of your own, could be family members of your current spouse, could be friends, could be anybody. What happens is you make a connection with someone, you're like, oh, I like them, let's, we have lunch or we do things together, they're a good friend of mine. Or you make a connection to a boss. Well, this is my boss and I need to show up and do the thing, right? I need to do what they need me to do, even though I don't respect them or I don't feel good in this job. But guess what? Because you're in partnership with them doing that job, even if it's a coworker, even if it's a friend, you're exchanging energy. And we all know that if they're a narcissist or if they're just a bossy, yucky person, they're draining, they're the energy vampire. They're draining your energy. So what does that look like? It means you're giving more than you're receiving. Okay. That means you're sending your cords out. You're sending those energetic cords out to all those people. If you're a person who likes to help people, you've got a lot of cords everywhere. And because generally speaking, you gave your power away to these people that probably didn't deserve it. Those power cords, those fibers that are out there that you can't see, that you don't know about, they're skanky. Let's admit it. So when we pull them back, we don't want that skanky energy. I don't know about you, but I don't know where them people have been. And if I gave you some energy, just keep it, right? Like, let me just cut it and you keep it because I don't want it back. This might be a good time to introduce myself. I'm Susan Lynn. I'm a psychic medium. I'm a spirit navigator. And you've tuned in perhaps by accident and you're like, where am I, YouTube? What has the algorithm done now? Well, too late. You're here. Grab a seat, grab some popcorn, because as I just described, you got skanky energy and you need some help. And this video is part of my WOW Wisdom on Wednesdays series. Acronym is WOW. Like you're probably saying, wow, who is this person? But anyway, that's okay. WOW can be good too. We're going to teach you that in just a minute. But this series has over 100 videos in it, and they're all free. And they're all on topics that can help you in your life. You don't have to be a psychic. You don't have to be intuitive or an empath. You basically just have to be human. My spirit guides told me the other day that I am the human customer service help desk. I'm like the help desk for humans on Earth. I think I need a raise. But anyway, let's get back to these cords. Now, this is not new, right? Like this is a topic that's been around for a long time and people sort of throw it around like, oh, just cut cords or whatever. And I mean, if you're like me, you're like, how? Number one, and you're like, does it hurt? Number two, like, ow, that hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I think people that do this type of work sometimes just throw things around and the rest of us are like, what is happening? What are we supposed to do here? So today happens to be the first day of 2025. However, whenever you're watching this, whether it's 2050, I don't know, by that time, this will be converted to a hologram, but that's okay. Cool. That would scare me, but that's okay. Cool. So anyway, doesn't matter when you're watching it. What matters is you're here, you're still watching. That's always good. And you're ready to do this because we don't got time for skanky energy, right? Our give a damn broke off on the side of the energetic highway and we don't care anymore, right? We've been through a lot. 2024 was hard and we don't care as much as we used to, okay? What that means, how that's going to translate is you're going to care more about you. You're going to put yourself first. The first thing to do right now, my spirit guide, I'm channeling this, by the way. It's 60% spirit guides, 40% sometimes spicy Susan. It's kind of an interesting combination, or a cocktail, as they're saying. I guess my spirit guides are day drinking now because that's how bad things have gotten, but that's okay. That's on them. But let me say that they're the ones that suggested that we do this, that we start today, whatever day it is for you. It doesn't matter. You're starting fresh, you're starting anew, and you're going to get your energy back. And it's going to be clean energy. That's what we want, right? So, right now, it might be a good idea. You don't have to do this, but it might be a good idea to either write down on your phone in your notes, or if you kind of person that has pen and paper around, write down, how do I feel right now? 10 being my hair is on fire. I've never been this stressed out in my entire life. 5 being, this is about my normal stress level in my current or in my recent history. Like, you might be more stressed out now, but it's kind of like your new baseline. 5 is your new baseline, like it's in the middle, right? 1 is you're full of peace and light and love, and you're just watching for the shits and giggles, I guess. I don't know why you're here, but welcome. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter. There's no judgment here. We don't care where you are on this scale, but it would be a good idea to write it down, because you don't realize the gains you make unless you make a point of notating where you are, because our brain is so good at sort of just making everything equal, right? Like, it wasn't that bad, Susan. Come on, it just wasn't that bad, right? So your brain does that to kind of save you and save itself, right? But we really want to start knowing really and truly how bad it was, and if we took a walk, how much better we felt, or how bad it was or how good it was. We just want to know, what is my baseline? And then I meditated, and then it changed, or did it change? We just want to know that. This isn't a race. We're not getting grades here. We're just simply noting, oh, look, I feel better after I take a walk. And that's not something that you would know, because your brain doesn't work like that. So if you write it down, you can start actually gauging whether the things you're doing are making you feel better or worse. Like, write it down and then go scroll through social media. 30 minutes, come back and write how you feel. This is a hack that you can use to make your life better, to identify areas that make you feel good, or people that make you feel good, and identify those same things that drain you. Personal power is going to be the theme of 2025, but it's also the theme for you whenever you're watching this video. Now, let's talk about the cords. We already talked about the fact that, well, we give our energy away. These people drain us, but we have this energetic connection to them that we just don't even know about, right? Sometimes that happens when you have an ex, or even an ex-boss, or an ex-friend, or whatever it is, and they pop in your mind, and you're like, oh gosh, I haven't thought of them in a year or 10 years. What's going on? Well, there's still that energetic connection. Think of it, if you've ever done fishing and there's a little tug at the line. Well, that's them making sure that you're still connected to them. They don't want you. They don't want you at all. They just want to make sure that you're still hooked on the other end of the line. This is why, out of the blue, they'll text you. Hey, how you doing? No hard feelings. Just want to say hey and wish you the best. That's BS. That's a narcissist basically checking to see if you're still on the line. They don't want you. They're not nice. That's not being nice. That's checking to see if you're going to bite, if you're going to say, hey, I'm fine, because you're nice. Because people like us are raised to be nice, to be polite. If somebody's polite to us, we're polite back. Not a good thing sometimes, okay? Not saying to be impolite. I'm saying to ignore them. Right? And in this way, we're going to not ignore this energetic line that's coming into you. We're going to remove it. Okay. Now, this can bring up some feelings, because when you start to do this work, you start to realize, oh man, maybe I'm not over them. Maybe I want to keep that line open just in case, they find their sanity or they figure out that I really was the person that, was for them, or I really was a good friend. Okay. If that's the case, you're giving your power away to them. You're saying, I'm not a good person until that person says I'm a good person. You're waiting for them to tell you you're a good person. They're never going to do it. It's not that you're not a good person. It's that they can't do it. They're never going to do it. They can't. Even if they wanted to, they can't. If they did, they would be lying to get you to be an energetic source for them. Again, okay? Sorry, that's tough talk, but that's tough talk. So now, let's say there are people that you really are ready to, like, I wish them no harm. I don't wish them any ill will. I just don't want any connection to them, right? Maybe you're thinking about your energetic spring cleaning. Sometimes when you have an anniversary, like a birthday or a new year or the beginning of spring or even the beginning of fall, we start to think about cleaning house. Well, we're going to be cleaning our energetic house today. So if there are people that you're like, yeah, no, Susan, that person can go. Like we can clear that energetic connection. Okay? That's what we're going to do right now. Okay. So now the first thing that I want you to do, and this is just going to be a little bit of a meditation, or I'm guided. I'm going to walk you through this. So if you're driving, probably not the best time to do this, right? Don't do anything. If you feel that you cannot concentrate on the task at hand, please don't do this next part with me. If you need your concentration, if you're running a wood chipper, I need you to pay attention to the wood chipper. Got it? If you're driving a car, maybe even a semi truck, please, for the love of God, just turn me off right now and catch me later when you're not doing those things. Maybe you're a brain surgeon. I don't know. Y'all listen to things in that damn operating room? Don't do it, right? Please don't. Somebody listens to John Legend. I don't know who you are, but listen to John Legend. Put John Legend back on, okay? Like in the OR, put John Legend back on. Please, for the love of God. Do not be tripping with me. Okay. Now, so I've done my disclaimer. And so here's what we're going to do. What I want you to understand is this. You can do this because you breathe. And you don't control that. You're like, I don't know how that happens, Susan. I don't think about it. I'm not in charge of it. It just happens. Your heart beats. Same thing. Don't know how that happens. It just happens. So I want you to understand this next thing that we're going to do is just like that. You don't need to be anybody special. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to know anything special. You just need to understand that it's going to happen because you're intending it to happen. And then it's going to jump on the same conveyor belt of energy that keeps your heart beating and your lungs going. That's it. It's that easy. You don't have to do anything at all. Just know that you're going to say, as I am living right now, let it be so that my intention be granted. Okay? As I am living right now, let it be so that my intention is granted. And of course, our intention is no ill will. We wish no one any harm, including ourselves. This is for the highest good of all, but me being number one. The highest good of me and then everybody else. Because let's get straight, right? Let's get it straight. If these people were in charge of you breathing, they might forget. Okay, so we got to be in charge of us first. And then everybody else does their thing. Okay, let's not get it twisted up in here. Okay, now, so we know that we're going to take a deep breath because we're going to remind ourselves, wow, that happens without me doing anything. If you haven't written down how you feel, write it down now. 1 to 10, 5 in the middle, 10, house on fire, 1, you ate too many edibles. I don't know what to tell you. There's nothing you can do. Just wait it out. Okay. Now we wrote down how we feel. Now, what we're going to do, and this is all channeled, is I want you to try to put your feet on the floor. If you can do that, that's great. But this is not a time to have your legs crossed, ankles crossed. If you're in a plane, I guess that's fine. Put your feet on the floor. Doesn't matter. Your intention is your feet are going to connect with something solid. Okay. That solid thing can be a floor that's many stories above the ground, or it can be on the ground. It doesn't matter. Apparently, it's important that your feet touch something solid. Now, right. So that's where we are. We're basically grounding our energy. Okay. Like right now, like I was just tempted to sort of twirl around in my chair and just feel your butt hitting that surface, whatever that surface is. Sink into that surface. Put your attention on your butt. Feel that pressure. Push down a little bit on that if it's comfortable. Okay. We're grounding our energy into Mother Earth. We're centering ourselves. We're gathering our energy into us. This is step one. We're grounding ourselves. All you have to do is have the intention of it, but sometimes it helps to be aware of your physical body and how it's interacting with your physical environment, because that in and of itself is grounding. Because most often we're not even in our body, we're outside of our body. Okay, so being in your body is step one. Okay, now I'm going to take a deep breath. Release, relax. All right, we're good. We are so good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to know. You don't have to see this or feel this. You just know it to be true, the same way you know that when you breathe, it's happening without your control, without your acknowledgement. We know that there is a aura around us. There's a big cloud around us. Okay. Now, our aura is always with us. Sometimes it's bigger, sometimes it's smaller, sometimes it's tall, sometimes it's shorter. It's okay. But we do have a cloud around us. I want you to just know that. And if you want to close your eyes, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. But there's this cloud that floats around us and it moves with us wherever we go. Okay. That is our aura. Now, this cloud acts as an insulator. It keeps energy out, it keeps energy in. It's like a big filtration machine. Okay. So it's just like the air filter in your air conditioner, or any air filter you've ever seen. That's what this is. This is an energetic filter. Now, this energetic filter just does its thing all the time. Like it's just working basically just like your heart and your lungs and everything else that goes on in your human body. It's doing its thing, but on the energetic side. Okay. Now, these cords that have gone out to other people emanate from your physical body, but your energetic part of your physical body, and they come out of your body through this cloud, your aura, and they go into all these different people. Now, cords can also go in physical locations. You can leave a cord in a house that you dearly loved. You can leave a cord in an animal that is still living that you don't have anymore. You can leave a cord in animals and people that have crossed over. Okay. So as you can imagine, there's lots of cords emanating out of you. And you know what? That a lot of that, the majority of that is energy that's going out, not energy that's coming in. This might be one of the reasons why you're a little tired, okay? Because basically you're being drained. Now, of course, if you've got a cord with a loved one that you dearly loved or a pet that you dearly loved, that doesn't necessarily drain you, okay? If there's true love there coming back and forth, then that's not a drain. But if you have a cord with a pet that you lost, that ran away or disappeared, then that is a drain because you have an anxiety or worry about that pet. Or if you have a cord with a person that ghosted you and you don't know why, that's anxiety because you worry, what did I do wrong? We just talked about those skanky people that have taking your energy and not giving you anything in return. Those people also are draining your energy, okay? Now, what we're going to do is take another deep breath, release energy, because when we were talking about that anxiety, I know that you picked up anxiety in your body. So we're just going to breathe in. And when we breathe out, we're going to release the idea of anxiety. We're just going to let it flow out. Okay, it flowed out of your body. And if you need to breathe in again and release it again, that's fine. And I want you to see this anxiety or any of these worries or fears just melting away, sliding off of you. Because what happened is when you breathed in, there was a slippery substance that then coated your body, and all the worries cannot stick to it. They cannot stick to you. The worries are just sliding off, like water on a duck's back. Cannot happen, cannot penetrate, sliding off of you. You are calm, you are at peace, you are grounded. Okay? Now, remember, we're not doing anything. This costs no energy. This is our normal operating energy right now. And our normal operating energy is sustaining our aura. Now, as we dropped those anxieties away from our body, naturally, a lot of those cords that were fed by our anxiety dropped away naturally. They've just dropped away. It's not your anxiety to keep. You've been keeping other people's anxiety, other people's worries, and they're not yours to keep. So we just let them go because now they can't stick to us anymore. We are slippery. Other people's worries and anxieties just slide right off of us. And we do nothing for that to happen. It's our natural energy at this time. Now, there's some cords that have remained that are a little bit more stubborn or a little bit deeper connected into your energy. Now, for these cords, we're going to do a couple of steps. We're going to have the intention. We're just going to think, I don't need these cords. And removing these cords offers no harm to the people or situations or locations or pets, animals that are connected to them. As a matter of fact, by removing this cord, I'm sending a blessing to them. I'm sending them love and light. But guess what? This love and light's not coming from your reservoir of love and light because we don't want to drain ourselves anymore. And our love and light is human love and light. Let's step up our game a little bit. Let's ask for assistance from the angelic realm to step in and remove the cord and then blow into the cord love and light from the angelic realm. Now you can see this happen. You can know this happened. You can feel it happen. Whatever. Just know that as you're breathing, as your heart is beating, this is happening. An angel has removed the cord and taken it and blown love and light energy into this cord. Now you have blessed these situations, these people, these pets, whatever they are. You've sent them an angelic blessing. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Now, this angel, after it takes the cord and blows the angelic blessing into it, it takes the cord and it ties a little knot in it. Now, that's important because Well, we don't want that angelic blessing to dribble back out, right? We want to make sure that it stays in there. We want to make sure that it gets to the destination of the cord. But also, this cord is not for you anymore. Tying the knot in this cord relieves you of this burden. Okay? Again, you're not doing it. This is an angel doing it. Angels are free. They work for free. Actually, they work to do this work. This is their payment. They work in service to love and light. So you just employed an unemployed angel. So hats off to you, right? So this angel kind of looks around and says, well, that was great, but I would like some more work to do. And looks like you've got a lot more cords that need assistance. So I'm going to call in all my buddies. This angel's going to call in a whole legion of angels. And now all of a sudden you're surrounded by love and light that these angels are bringing. And as they pull these cords and they blow into them, delivering that love and light, and they tie the cord off, they then turn to you and give you a healing. They heal the energetic portal or wound that cord was attached to. So this is what's happening. They're pulling the cord, they're blowing into the love and light, they're tying it off, they're turning towards you, and they're administering healing and love and light to you. So you can just imagine over your body all of these angels taking care of you because you're worthy of being cared for. Because even these people that perhaps took too much of your energy are worthy of love and light too. We're all worthy of love and light. In this way, we're all getting healed. And that is as it should be. You are being healed from all of this draining energy. And the energies, the situations, the people that have drained you are being healed too. So as this happens, you're just going to be at peace and allow. You may feel nothing at all, and that is perfectly fine. Sometimes I think they prefer it like that. You may feel tingling or warmth or coolness, or you might have a smile on your face and you don't know why. Whatever your experience is perfectly fine for you. Okay? If you're feeling discomfort or any kind of thing that would feel like discomfort, take a deep breath and blow it out. Take a deep breath, blow it out. It's okay. This is of the love and light. You are worthy of love and light. Nothing can get to you. You're surrounded by angels. You remember you have your cloud. That is your protection. That's your own personal space. Even though a cord can come in, that's it, just a cord. Nothing is allowed in your personal space but love and light. So this angelic energy is working on you now to heal you. And this is a win-win situation for everybody. Okay? So at this point, you can relax. You can take this energy in. You could even fall asleep, and that's okay. It doesn't matter, because this is all happening on the energetic plane. If you are ready to move on, you can continue with me in this way, and you can come back into your body more fully, and you can feel your feet. You can wiggle your toes. You can feel your feet on whatever surface they're on, or you can put your hands on your legs and feel your body. You're coming back into the awareness of your physical body. Now, don't worry, because I have a feeling that these angels are going to be busy for a while. So even though you're not aware of it, they're continuing to do the work. For that reason, I would suggest that when you get ready to stand up and walk around, or if you're already moving around, that you be very careful, because you're going to be a little lightheaded. Even though we grounded ourselves and we put our energy into the earth, what's been happening has been in the etheric realm or in the energetic realm. And that is definitely not the physical realm. So you could be lightheaded. So this would be a good time to drink some water. If you have any, it would be a good time to, maybe if you want to eat a little snack. Those two things will also ground you, but also just, bringing yourself into your body, hug yourself, pat yourself, rub your cheeks. It's also a good time to tell yourself, I love you, right? Hold your cheeks and say, I love you. You're okay. You're worthy. What a gift to say to yourself, to hug yourself and say, everything is going to be okay. You're okay. This is such an important thing to do with our very different world, where we're on apps and phones and tablets and computers, and half the time we're across the world in some other situation. We are more and more and more dislocated from our physical body. And that's not good, because, well, you're not operating at 100% if you're not centering yourself a couple of times, 3 times a day in your body. So you can use this. You can watch this video as many times as you want, and you can use this as many times as you want. I've channeled this. I really don't know what I said, but I do know that it was different than any other cord pulling that I've done. Every time I do it, it's different, because it's channeled and specifically for the people who are vibrationally aligned to watch this video. Okay, that's who it's for. So yeah, bookmark this video, save it, email it to yourself, subscribe, whatever you need to do, so that you can come back. Because as you start to do this work, it's kind of important to continue it. This is a free video. So come back, maybe make a note on your calendar. Watch the cord pulling video from Susan Lynn again today. Maybe do it in a few more days, or do it every week, and do me a favor and write down how you feel before you start the process. And now let's write down, how do you feel now? How do I feel? Do I feel like the same number on the scale of 1 to 10 that I felt in the beginning? Do I feel more calm? Do I feel more stressed out? How do I feel? This is like looking at your car fuel tank gauge and saying, I am half full, or I'm full. Or looking at the battery on your phone. Oh, I'm down to 20%. I better recharge. Please try to get in the habit of just making a note. How do I feel now? Then go walk the dog, or go, watch TV, or even do the dishes. And then say, how do I feel now? I think you're going to be surprised if you start paying real attention to your life and doing before and after. You're going to find out very quickly the dishes don't irritate you nearly as much as your neighbor. You know what I mean? Or maybe they don't irritate you nearly as much as somebody in your life. But yet you may actually dread the dishes more than that person. So in that case, you're misplacing your anxiety, because the dishes can't argue back. Or maybe you don't have to have dinner with the dishes, right? Like you can put them off or be mad at them. But this person who gives you anxiety, you feel like, I can't do anything about it. So then the anger gets misplaced to something else. Writing down how you feel before you do something and after you do something is at least going to give you the truth. It's really going to help you understand, wow, I didn't realize how much better I feel when I do this. I guess I could do that more often. Or, wow, I didn't realize how tired I am after I have dinner with this friend. Wow, what am I going to do about that? You don't have to decide right now. You can just know. If you just know, that's the first step. It doesn't have to be a big problem. It can just be, well, I know when I go to dinner with this person, I'm pretty tired. Therefore, maybe I want to go to dinner less often. Or maybe I feel like if I go to dinner with them on Monday rather than on my weekend, like maybe if I go to dinner with them on Saturday, my whole weekend is ruined. This is power, you guys. This is really going to help you feel better in your life. It's going to help you be happier. And that is priceless, right? Okay. If you enjoyed this video, again, I have 100 of those videos in my playlist, Wisdom on Wednesdays. I also offer classes. I have a class coming up in 2 weeks on abundance. You can find that on my website, which is susanlynnmedium.com. That will be in the description of this video. And lastly, I have a robust community with over 700 people. It's online. It's my own private community. It's not connected to anything. But there's 700 of us there chatting, sharing dreams, asking questions, sharing videos. It's completely up to you. So you can share outside information. Hey, I saw this video, or hey, I read this book. It's your community. It's $12 a month. You can join. You can cancel anytime you want. I also created a separate page for politics. So the politics has its separate place, and the other space is more spiritual. But if you're looking for a community for support, for people like you to just hang out with and get support from, and maybe to support others, you might want to try it. It's really been surprising to me how busy it is. It's super busy. On top of that, I am involved in the community. I spend about 4 hours a month with the members, 2 different events every month. One event I do readings, and the other event is my Soul Growth Sunday, which is one Sunday a month, where the spirit guides give me questions to ask, and then we all get together and we pull oracle or tarot cards and we journal. So in this way, I'm not really doing readings. What's happening is that the spirit guides are saying, ask this question, and you are working with the cards. You don't have to have any experience. Believe me, you don't. You just say, I pulled this card, you read the book, and you write what you think you got. At the end of that session, if people are hung up and they're like, Susan, I just don't know, then I spend another hour actually working with you individually. So it's a pretty good deal for $12 a month. If you're interested, check it out. Again, susanlynnmedium.com. And the most important thing is to take care of you. There's only one of you. You are worthy. You are loved. Take really good care of yourself. Okay. I'll see you next Wednesday.